All right. After earlier, I was just chit chatting with
Oh.
Yeah, yes, I can see you.
Okay, thank you. Now, we were just chit chatting about stuff earlier, so we're gonna begin our class today by looking at writing first, since you guys have submitted your homework already. Before we go on to the second reading of our unit number 3 of reading and writing book. So in this unit, you guys will be asked to produce a paragraph again, but this time it is no longer a usual kinds of paragraph. It's not descriptive paragraph, it's not a narrative paragraph, it's not a process paragraph. For this unit, you will be asked to produce a summary of an article or of a passage and to give your personal response in a form of writing as well. So there will be 2 paragraphs for your assignment this time. Summary in 1 paragraph and your personal response in another paragraph. So 2 paragraphs for your assignment. All right. So first thing first, let's look how to summarize the passage all together. So I'm sure you know what we mean by the word summary, right? Yana, what do you mean by summary?
Like you conclude all.
Conclude or include?
Include.
Okay. Include all what?
All the ideas into like a short paragraph.
Okay. What may or what do you think summary means?
I think it's the combinations of the main ID specific. Can you hear me?
Not
Yes.
really.
And the oh my God.
You're not at home, right? Where are you?
So please.
It's so different.
Yes, I'm at my home. I'm at my home.
It's very echoing, you know, echoing. Like it's like there are so much background noise when you speak, and the sound just keep going from places, like hitting the wall and coming back, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. Testing when try again. Oh, let's see.
Now.
Not clear or not clear. It's still kind of like very slow and laggy.
It was like because of the internet, and it was equal because there's nothing in the room. So
I see.
kind
Okay.
of
It's better now.
Yes.
May, what do you think of what summary means?
I think summary is a combination of the specific point.
So you take out specific points and combine them together in a new paragraph, right?
Yes.
Okay. So should summary be shorter than an original article, or it can be in the same length?
Shorter.
Yeah.
Shorter. Okay. Very good. So you can type on main in the chat. I can do the chat out loud if it's hard to speak. Okay. No worry. All right. So like we discussed earlier, from your both opinions, summary is when you include or you take out all the specific and main points of the passage and you combine them together in a new paragraph, and it should always be shorter than the original ones. However, there are some things or some points that you need to remember. For example, read the article and make sure that your summary has or consists of all the main points of the passage, especially the main ideas of the passage. It has to always be there. Let's say there are 5 main ideas of the passage. Since there are 5 paragraphs, each main idea of each paragraph should be there in the summary. One more thing, remember you always have to use synonyms or paraphrasing. to avoid being accused of plagiarism. You know what plagiarism means, right?
Yes.
Plagiarism happens when you copy someone's work without doing them credit or like doing citation or summarize or paraphrasing. One difference between summary paragraph and the usual paragraph is that for summary, it might not have the usual structure of paragraph. Like they might not have topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentence, since it is just a summary of an article. So it's not strange if you read a piece of summary and you cannot find transition signals, for example. You cannot find first, second, next, thirdly, finally, and in conclusion. So if you were to read someone's summary of a passage and you don't see the transitions, do not be worried and do not think that that person make a mistake. No, it's just the nature of summary paragraph. It might not have the same structures as a usual paragraph. Like if we look back to what we learned last time in the last 2 units, like we had process paragraph, you need to have what else, Janet? Specific one?
The process paragraph, right? Specific.
Your topic sentence has to be
very detailed.
Detailed or clear?
Clear.
You did that. Oh, yeah, nah. Clear, very good. And your supporting sentences will describe what main on in process paragraphs.
Will describe the detail of the main idea.
Very good. And conclusion will just give a general opinion of the topic sentence and supporting sentences. So that's how a usual paragraph should look like. But for summary, since it is not a usual paragraph, it is just a short version of an article, you might not see all the 3 elements. You might not see topic sentence, you might not see supporting, you might not see concluding as well, and you might not see transitions either, first, second, third, for example. So don't freak out. It's how summary should look like. It's a short version of a whole passage. However, always remember to include all the main ideas. So how do we produce a piece of summary? Is there a way? How do you make sure the main idea of the passage is in your summary? Like the readers can just read your short version of the passage and understand the same message as what they get from reading the whole passage. Remember the questions? How? Let's look at one of your summaries. Both of you are only pick one each, because we have 2 paragraphs. So last session on Tuesday, I let you practice doing summary on our reading number 1. And the main idea of the passage is this one. So in the near future, driverless cars may change the way people drive. So that is the main idea of the passage, right? So I'll show you one of the writing and look at the summary, decide if that summary covers the main idea of this one, and look at the parallel structures as well. Do you think your friends produce a writing or a paragraph with good parallel structures or not? And after reading, ask yourself if you understand the passage. Okay, let's go. Here is a summary. Look at the summary. Check if the main idea is covered, and check if you get the whole meaning of the summary and you get the message that wants to be delivered as the one you get from the whole passage. It's a summary, so it should be short. Short, not short, short.
Like you type
Exactly.
wrong.
I typed it incorrectly, really?
Yes, like he car is a robot. You need.
Oh, no worry, no worry. That is a small
and
small mistake.
300, not 3,000.
That's not the problem. Look at the whole passage on. I'll check with the original article again. May was so kind to type his for me, but Yana sent me her picture, that's why.
No,
hang on. Oh, no worry, just read the summary. One small mistake shall be okay. I checked already, but it's still there. And now my Telegram is like welling. I can't even exit. All right, I'll check. The car is like a robot, all right. Only one thing is missing. What all is missing in there? Welcome back, May on. 안녕하세요.
Yes.
Finish reading? Let's go. Since it is Yana's writing, of course she will answer yes to everything, or I'll ask May instead. But May, what do you think of Yana's summary?
I haven't read yet.
Where were you on? Read again.
Did you ask us to read?
Huh? I can't
You
hear
asked
you.
us to read, right? You
What?
asked me to read, right?
No, I asked you to decide how Yana's summary is. Good or bad, or does it cover the main idea? Parallel structure we learned on Tuesday. Look at her writing. Is it a good summary, basically?
it's bad.
Yana, you will not ask on.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You will give feedback on main writing instead, so no worry.
I think it's good because it's conclude all the specific points.
Okay, and those points are?
And then
What are those points on? The points that Yana has included in her summary.
The supporting I mean,
supporting points. Okay, so what did Yana start her summary with, May? Look at her summary.
With the main idea.
Okay, so Yana began her summary with the main idea of the passage. Why are you laughing, Yana? It's your own writing.
I feel not good, not safe.
This is how Yana started her writing with the main idea of the whole passage. And then she proceeded to explaining cars, what time on when, what car, what kind of car.
Any car.
Typical one.
Typical one.
General.
What generation of car in the future or like nowadays?
Nowadays.
And then the next sentence, she talks about first the sensor makes the car smart, blah, blah, blah. And so you can just sit back. From here to here, do you know what car she is talking about? Is it cars nowadays or cars in the future? That cars that sing, for example.
In the future.
In the future, but is there anything in the passage that tells us that this whole information is mainly referring to cars in the future, not cars nowadays? See? So the first supporting sentence she gave to the main idea is cars nowadays. And then she started talking about the future cars without any prior information at all. And then she went back to GPS. And we know GPS was since the cars nowadays. It's already there, okay? Be careful, Yana. And this structure is not really correct one on at what speed, cautious or aggressive? Question mark. No, it should be a full stop. May on, where are you now?
At the balcony.
Okay, you can just turn your camera off just in case your internet lags again. We'll see now.
Yes.
Okay, ma. Look at Yana's second main point on. Second, the GPS. If you don't know the ways, no worry. All you need to do is tell your car where you want to go and at what speed. Cautious or aggressive, like that. What do you think her second point talks about? What kind of, what generation of car? Today, in the future, or what?
The future. Talk about the cautious and aggressive.
Okay. The last one, the car is like a robot. It can't decide whether its boss decision is good or bad. Having a camera and giving a 360-degree eye makes the sensors more efficient. It sees turns, traffic lights, traffic signs, and other vehicles. All right. Do we have to fix anything?
I don't know.
Okay, no worries. So overall, do you think Yana had a good organization of the summary? Since it seemed to like at first time before she mentioned the first type of good things of kind of future, we had no idea what car she talks about, if it's nowadays or in the future car, since the only word we see is cars nowadays. See, right here, and then boom, sensor. And then boom, GPS.
I think it's organized, but she just miss out the point.
What point did she miss on?
The about between the nowadays car and the future car.
And one more point that she might also miss is the what on the weakness. Did Yana mention the weakness of the car, or that point should be mentioned or not?
Maybe there is on the below.
Below?
No more, right? Just it.
No more, or that's it.
Oh yeah, she forgot it.
All right, let's help Yana fix this writing all together to see how we can make it become a better piece of writing. Ooh, that's so pretty. Very colorful. So the first sentence of the paragraph, shall we fix anything? May, what do you think?
The main idea, right? Should we fix it?
What how do you want to fix it on?
We should paraphrase it.
Okay, we should paraphrase it into what?
Into our own word.
Okay, can you give me one idea?
What?
Ah.
You want me to paraphrase, right?
You can help if you want to. Welcome on. I welcome all suggestions.
Can I see the main idea again?
Hang on. In the near future, driverless cars may change the way people drive.
Soon the automatic car will affect the people's driving.
Okay, right on top. So another way you can write the main idea will be soon the automated car will affect, right?
Influence, right?
Influence, okay. The Which one's the people strike or people striving? No, the.
People striving.
Okay. All right, very good. No I. Very good. So one way to start a summary is to use what? We can follow Jana's way.
Main idea.
Very good. So to make sure your summary consists of the main idea of the text, you can start with the main idea. In exact same word or main idea in a paraphrase or summary, synonym. As long as it's the main
so
idea.
she wasn't wrong, right?
I'm sorry, on what?
So she wasn't wrong, right?
Wasn't wrong, it's okay. So there are many ways you can open your paragraph, your summary. And one of them is to use the main idea in the exact same words of what given to you. Or you can use your way, which is to make a synonym or use the paraphrase structure. Okay, let's go to the second sentence. Shall we fix anything?
Second sentence.
Do you think it is important to talk about cars nowadays when the whole passage wanted us to see cars in the future? Because from the start we mentioned driverless car and we mentioned future already.
No, but I did mention it too.
No worries, there are many ways you can start. Okay?
We shouldn't because it's not necessary.
We can, but it is not necessary to keep it here. I can see it this way. So for your next second sentence, we can keep that. However, there is a better way to make it better since you now want to link this with the kind of future, right? So why don't we combine the two sentences or two pieces of information together? Let's find or let's seek a way that we can use to combine these two together. So Yane's purpose is to tell us that cars nowadays, we already have sensors, GPS navigation, and camera. And the next one, she is explaining in this one, so here. So from first until this one, she was just explaining how sensor works and how it helps us by giving us alarming noise when there is someone nearby our vehicle. And in the soul sentence, she tried to like link this to what will happen to the driverless cars in the future. So one way we can fix this, we can do something else new, like we can say like or similar to cars nowadays. The driverless car will also be equipped with sensors which can, let's use the next sentence again, notify you when you get too close to a person or another vehicle. My typing. Okay. So from only one sentence, since these are not really needed, we have combined these things already. Now this one. So you can just sit back. Remember I told you since unit 1, can you use so to start a new sentence? Yana, answer.
No.
No, why are there still so? I saw many so in your sentence. One more thing. Remember, first is a transition signal. I taught you this in process paragraph as well. After first, we have to have one.
Complete sentence.
Exactly, complete sentence. If you want to say the sensor, you can just take it out. The sensor makes the car smart. And in writing, you don't say like on. You can't say the car smart like when you get too close. That's only in speaking structure. You have to end it right here. And then when is just an example. So first, the sensor makes the car smart. When you get too close, blah, blah, okay? That's how you can fix your writing as well. If you don't prefer to use my way, right here. Okay, Yanne? Okay. We can still keep your writing, but we want to combine information together. All right. How do we include so, like information right here to combine with our sentence right here?
Just erase the full stop.
And then?
Change the capital S to little one.
Very good. Easy. By using noise.
Can I not use the comma?
Yeah, you can because that's better.
Yes.
Fix hai môi hai. Let's go to the next one. Remember, you have made two mistakes already. First, second, still the same thing, not a full sentence. The GPS. Be careful, Yana. If this happens in your project, your score will be deducted, all right?
I use that too.
All the teaching. Should I be mad or upset or annoyed?
You should be paced up your student.
You know, all adjectives I used earlier are negative ones, right? Mad means angry. Upset means you're sad and mad. And annoyed means you're pissed. I did not use any positive adjective earlier. Now, second, so this one, Yanel wish to talk about the GPS. Do you think GPS here is about cars in the future or it's already with us? Cars these days, we have GPS already.
It already exists.
So what is a special GPS of the car in the future? What should we include?
360-degree side.
Okay, do we still put GPS in this one? The new thing is the speed right here. Speed is something new, we can keep it. Let's width, I'm gonna continue my sentence. Let's use black for my sentence and yellow for your names. With the new, what is the title of our unit?
Information technology.
Can we just do technology? In technology, it enables, let's just say, the new technology. Technology enables the driver to set the speed of the car they wish to travel in on the top of the location they want to go to. So this one we covered every meaning already, and we also use paraphrasing as well. Same meaning. This GPS, you tell your car where you want to go and what speed. So here we use set the speed of the car, and on the top of it is a expression that means you add something extra to something else. So on the top of location, done. Last one, Yana, okay, here, 360-degree, Yana, the car is like a robot. Yana said this. How do we include the sentence with our existing ones to make things linked together? The car is like a robot. It can. Yana, two sentences combined together. What sign do you use for punctuation on?
Semicolon.
And why is there still a comma right here?
Too fast.
Why do I still see comma? All right. How do we fix this one? How do we combine this with the existing sentences? The car is like a robot. It can't decide whether what its decision is good or bad. Having a camera. Let's talk about all the positive things first. So having a camera. Move here. Now, should we fix anything? Having a camera giving a 660-degree eye makes the sensors more efficient. One more punctuation.
Sorry.
We can put S. So having a camera with a 360-degree eye makes the sensors more efficient as it sees turns, traffic lights, traffic signs, and other vehicles. Okay, does Yana's sentence right here have parallel structure made on?
Do we need to include parallel structure too?
Yes, I told you.
I didn't notice that.
I even told you to take a screenshot of the slide. You take a screenshot of the slide.
My bad then.
Don't worry. Look at her sentence. Does she have or has she include parallel structure? So makes the sensors more efficient, sees turns, traffic lights, traffic signs, and other vehicles. Parallel or not parallel?
No.
How?
Please,
No.
it's odd.
Why no on? How can we fix it?
I think we should change the sees terms, right?
How will we change it?
I don't know how to convert it to noun.
You know, sees is a verb, turns is a noun. Like turns here means like on the corner of something and you turn left, turn left and turn right. That's called turns.
Oh, so it's already parallel.
Yes. Very good. Wow, we almost done. Now hang in there, guys. One more thing. As May had mentioned, Yana forgot to include the weaknesses of the traveler's car or the car in the future. So what weakness was it?
It couldn't understand the police tell the traffic.
Okay, right here. So there are many weaknesses. Number one, it cannot understand the police signals. What else?
Slow on the highway.
Slow on the speed on the highway. And the last one will be about
I don't know.
traffic it is hard to design new sets of traffic. If the car crashed,
Traffic law.
Yes, traffic laws. The last one will be traffic law. Like who would to be blamed if a driverless car had an accident like that. So let's not try to talk about the weakness in a very broad way. Let's combine them together since our main idea is how it changed the way people drive in the future. So let's combine the weaknesses in one sentence. How do you contrast the information? I taught you already. There are so many subjunctive adjectives. Sorry, just add subjunctive adverbs or subjunctive conjunction. That you talk all about the great points and then boom, there are some limitations.
Yes.
How do I introduce that? Think, have a flashback to that day when we all learned that we studied that in punctuation, semicolon versus commas. You guys forget, right?
Oh, yes. But
Okay.
if we use the subjective adverb, it will come out, right?
Despite.
Yes, despite.
Despite,
Despite all the great improvement and conveniences. I spell convenience, it. I can't never spell convenient correctly. It's been ages. Traveler's cars, so we had so many, might not be able to listen to police orders, to function effectively on highways, that's with our speedings, or to what do we say, get along, or to be included in the existing traffic laws. That's all. So after a quite a quick fixing, we had a new piece of summaries, which was originally Jana, but now it becomes the three of us since we work together. Our new summary has become like this. I'll combine in a new slide so you can see. It becomes very short as well. Ta-da! Here is our new piece of summary. Still has the same meaning. We just fix a little bit. A little bit. Okay? So in this new one, we still keep the main idea and we still keep the original way of Yana's writing, but we just combine a few stuff. Like we talk about cars nowadays, but instead of explaining in detail what cars nowadays have, we compare it with the futuristic car, driverless kind of future. Like it also has sensors, but it might be more advanced because it notifies us and we can just sit and enjoy. Okay, and then we also talk about technology, how the driverless car can make us set the speed of the car we wish to travel in, or to set location of our destination as well. And the last one is the technology on the camera. And then we end with a quick or a short weaknesses. So if you check our new summary, you won't be able to find any transition signal, like I took out Yana's first and second, because like I said, it is just a summary, so it does not need to have transition signals. You don't have to raise your main point firstly or secondly, it's fine. Just make sure you combine similar information together. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So one, you can start with a main idea. Okay, one more is you can combine important or main information together without putting them separately. And it should be about similar topics, so similar. Similarly, oh, my typing, I just added like Unneeded letter. All right, let's go to the second part. This one we'll look at personal response paragraph. So unlike the summary section, for this one, you follow the usual structure of writing. So what do we mean by personal response? Mohana, can you read for me? Oh, for us, I'm sorry.
Read.
Yes, the slide. Personal response. What is it?
It is a piece of writing that describes and analyzes your own thoughts and feelings about a reading article or your reaction to the passage.
Very good. So to make it short, personal response paragraph simply describes your own feelings or your opinion about the passage. And to put it even more simple, in a simpler way, it is to show if you agree or disagree, or if you think it is possible or impossible about the ideas in the passage. That's what we mean by personal response, okay? So it's your personal ideas, personal opinions, whether you agree or not, and it shows your own reaction if the passage seems unbelievable or seems impossible or what. However, you have to make sure you state your reasons. That is why this paragraph follows the usual structure of writing. It has topic sentence, it has supporting, and it still has conclusions as well. And normally, you also use transition in the supporting sentences like first, second, third, and in conclusion for the endings. And since it is personal response, what subject do you use? Main, do you use third person singular or use the word I? It's your idea.
I use I
Very
think.
good, very good. Since it is a personal response paragraph, always use I, okay? Because it's your personal idea. Don't say you. Use I to express your ideas, okay? So what does topic sentence talk about? So topic sentence should clearly state your stance, whether you choose to agree or support or disagree with the ideas in the passage. As supporting sentences will explain your reason, so those are your explanation. And concluding is your overall thought on the topic. What do you think after the description? Let's look at main personal response. It's Jana's turn to look at this. First of all, of course, it's too short.
Yeah, I know. I didn't include the reason.
Exactly, you missed that. You will have to go and rewrite it.
The practice?
The personal response.
Okay.
Summary is fine. You have your own way of doing summary. But if it's too long, it's no longer summary. It's probably a passage already.
Can I do it as our project?
Our project will be a different article.
Yes, I will.
Yes. But we will fix this together, don't worry.
Yes.
Yana, finish?
Where is she?
Yana's concentrating hard. Don't disturb her. What time is it now? We still have a lot of time. Yana, dearie, have you finished reading on? Is she frozen? Okay. Finish? Okay. There are like 1, 2, 3 sentences only, Yana. Wait, are we on the screen? Okay, you're on the right page. Okay, Yana answer my questions, all right? So, what is main stance? Do you think he agrees or he believes that it is possible or impossible for the driverless car to happen in the future?
He agree.
That it is possible?
Yes.
Okay, what sentence shows you that idea on?
Yet it might exist in the future for the sake of human
Good. So
satisfaction.
that is his topic sentence. I'll put in green. Remember, green means topic sentence. TS. So of course, main lack dark blue, right? The explanation
Like,
of dark blue. The supporting sentences. And he had conclusion, so it's fine. So May started his response by using I. Very good. You follow the criteria. And he said, I believe this driverless car will bring both benefits and side effects of it, known as main. Là echo lại này. Effects of it. Yet it might exist in the future for the sake of human satisfaction. Very good topic sentence. To see how many old men?
Just one.
To see the better point, this advanced technology really save or saves. Protect or protects us from life-threatening or threats.
right.
Life threatening.
Life threats on.
Life threat. Okay.
Bandaging time. We only do bandaging. So you can fix your writing in your project. Okay, here. So from this point to this point, it's great already, no fixing, okay? We only need to add more dark blue, and dark blue is for supporting sentences. So because it is personal response, we need to hear from Main why he thinks it is possible. So we need to add dark blue. Let's add together. Now, what do you think we should add on? This dark blue. Okay.
And see, like, the letter, like the share screen, it is still on the file that you edited my part of. Oh, okay.
Okay. So we will keep the green, the topic sentence, but we need to add more dark blue supporting sentences since we only had one. Remember, you think it might exist for human satisfaction. So what should you support? What kind of information you should use to support your personal belief? If you read Main's next sentence, he said to see the better point, this technology will save us time and protect us from life threats. This mostly looks like conclusion instead, not the support sentence, because you should explain why you think it will exist. Probably one will be the technology advancement, like people are very smart, for example.
And like people, they want to like to feel fancy, like driving the driverless car.
That's how people's ambition. Yes.
Actually, this point is so my purpose is I'm not gonna agree or disagree. I'm gonna be neutral, and then I'm gonna state the good point and also the bad point too. And
Actually, I understand you all, but sometimes in personal response, it's like our command essay, today, PPSA, you have to take one side on. You can't stay in the middle.
see, that's because I want to further my words. I mean, the amount of words.
Yeah, actually, you can do that if it is a comparison paragraph. Or compare, contrast. This one is a taking stance. Which one, yes or no?
I got it.
But if it is in an essay, yes. So you take your stance, like you said yes, and you say all your yes points. However, you will say no somewhere in the last paragraph. you will mention the weaknesses, and we call that argumentative essay. Okay, you don't do it in writing paragraph because it's too short to express all the points. So we will learn essay next time, next unit, this type of essays. So there is one kind of essay that is called argumentative essays, and that will be when you explain, like you take one side, explain all your reasons, and then the last paragraph will be when you explain the no reason. For example, you say yes or yes, 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 and one paragraph will be about no. Okay. But because it's our paragraph, it's too short for to be in point. First, people have great ambition. Yana, continue on. That's your personal idea earlier. Like people want fancy ambition. They want good thing. So we call it ambition, not greed. Greed is the bad word.
So we have to
Explain.
Explain.
So because people have great ambition, how does that make future cars possible? May you can sing as well on. You can use that to help your next writing.
People have great ambition, like they want to be using advanced technology.
Always, okay, very good. Let's skip technology for our next minute. Keep moving forward to create fancy and attractive stuff or things like satisfaction in order. Let's explain main point to satiate their wants and needs. Okay. So satiate means to make you feel satisfied. It's a verb. You can take note. You can do that in your next writing. And wants and needs. Yes, satiate is a verb, like to make someone satisfied here. And satisfaction is a noun. Verb formally last time. Okay. So first main idea is done. So because people have ambition and they always keep moving forward to create fancy and effective things in order to satiate their wants and needs. What is more is that technology is becoming advanced days by days. Remember last time I explained to you how you can explain things in one sentence on what clause? I haven't taught you that yet since we haven't had time. Maybe next week. Like we put a comma and we explain the whole sentence. Start with which or chame, which
Yes.
Which makes many. We will play word. Okay, many used to. Impossible things possible. Here, I just play with some words. So we're trying to say that technology is becoming advanced days by days, and that makes a lot of used to impossible. You know what that means, right? It was impossible before, but now it's impossible. So make things adjective. So this is a compound noun. So take a note of your structure. Make something plus adjective. Like you made me upset about making mistakes earlier. So you make something or someone adjectives. Let's do one example. We, the humans, have already traveled to the moon. So making or inventing, not making. Use invent, but it's something new. Inventing driverless cars is not out of reach. Done. Second main idea is completed. Now, what is the next one? Main. Want to add to your writing?
Also.
No?
Yes.
So we ended with that one. We can have just two main ideas, it's fine as well.
Yes.
Okay, how to end this? We have two choices. We can use to see the better point. This one, actually, we to fix the first phrase. This advanced technology really saves main verbs agreement. Live threads. Threading means the thread on your clothes. That's called threading. T39 has threading. This is threads. Or life threatening situation. See, it's how you would express your words. So explain your words. See, you
I was too more.
threatening. Okay,
I put it.
I understand. No worries. So if you want to use this part, we have to fix the beginning. Or this one. Nonetheless, this one seems to be a contrast of what we have wrote.
Yes.
Written, so we cannot keep it. It has to be taken out. So how do we fix this? Just change this one to overall. Done.
Yeah.
So here is our new personal response after like thoroughly bandaging. After being thoroughly bandaged. Okay, very good job. So I hope you will use this one in order to produce a better one in our project. I don't want to see you writing a new sentence with so again, or you starting main idea with a phrase again. If I say it, I will not be hesitant to take your marks out.
Why so tough?
It's a project. It's after we have learned. It's after we have fixed your writing. Please don't keep the same mistakes. I know we say people learn from mistakes, but not redundant mistakes.
Yes.
So here's our topic sentence, and here are our concluding sentences. And here is our top supporting. And the last one is our conclusion. So we have a brand new piece of writing now. It's the same color, yes. After editing. All right, so I hope you use what we've gained today in this session to apply on your project. Use I in your topic sentence and sometimes in support as well, but you don't have to use it all the time. But it is always in the TS because it's when you state your stance. It shows what side you are standing on. What side of the fence? The bong show hàng nào, side of the fence. You can't stand in the middle, main. You might fall. Okay?
Yes.
Any questions for the first part of today's class before we will go to our reading article, the second one in the book? Yeah. All is well? Okay. Welcome back to our class. Since you might have known, the next reading article will be about living.
TV?
Living what? Oh no, the time.
Outside the box.
Yes, living outside the box. So what do you think before you read the text? What do you think the word living outside the box might mean back then?
It's like you live different from other people.
What else? What do you think the word box refers to?
It's like in a society, like everyone watch TV, so So if you're living outside the box, so you don't watch TV.
And that is from our text. But let's discuss things in general. Living outside the box. What do we mean by that in the normal term, not about the one in our text? What do you think living outside the box might mean? So mostly in literature studies, in writing, they use the word the box to mean what on?
The box, the TV.
Mm, generally, not in the text.
General society.
Main, almost like on, almost, but come on, let's see from main first.
On the bad habit.
Bad habit, okay, maybe bad habit,
Lifestyle.
trap. Some people, they might complain that they are living in the box, like they are living in the trap. They cannot breathe. They have so many pressure. For example, old old tradition. So if we do not look at our text, the boxes simply might refer to like May said, your old bad habits, the trap that someone puts on you, like the box of like, let's say money, for example, you have to earn money. The pressures from your family, that's also the box that put around you when you can't breathe. Or old traditions that you need to follow even though you don't like it. So combining the whole sentence together, living outside the box is what? You try your best to break out.
Break outside.
Break out of the old tradition and to do something new. So that's what we mean by living out of the box, outside. In the text, they talk about TV or television, but if you look at teenagers or us nowadays, what are we trapped in? What is our box?
Phone.
Phone. Very good. The box to us right now is our mobile phone or our smart. It has to be smartphones, not just a normal phones. What else is another box that might be trapping us inside?
Home.
Home, okay. That's another box for us people these days in this third world country. What else?
Like Korean dramas.
That's not that addicting on.
The point.
The
I think
biggest,
it's addicting.
but it's not very generally addicting since it will end sometime.
My friends, like, they always watch it.
Don't you think this one term right here is the narrowest box that many of us keep being trapped inside, even though no matter how narrow it is, we are still in there.
The social media. I think it's big.
No, I'm using metaphor or metaphor. Metaphor that you're comparing something. Like we know that social media, when we go inside that, it will squeeze our head. We will only see one thing. And there will be many people inside the same box, but we don't want to leave. We want to be there as well. You know, there are many people who use social media these days, right?
Yes.
Which means in that box, it's already crowded, but we still volunteer to be inside the box. No matter what's going on, we won't come out. So do you think the word social media here refers to everything? Is YouTube a social media?
Yes.
Yes, but mostly is it harmful, very manipulative. You know what manipulative means, right? Manipulative.
Control.
Control, influential, yes, but it's a bad word. Manipulative is a negative meaning adjective. It's like people trying to make you believe in something even though it's not true. Like if we say someone is manipulative, it means he or she is very tricky and he tries to make us believe in lies or in fake stories. We want to follow him, whatever he does, we still follow him. That's called manipulative. Okay.
Is it like paragona?
Paragona.
I'm not sure.
I haven't heard about that.
I'm not sure it's correct.
Okay. But do you think YouTube can be very manipulative or no?
Maybe I'm wrong. It's okay.
No, I just froze earlier. That's why I stopped talking. Mama, we list down all the hazardous social medias that we are experiencing. Let's look at Cambodia. Main, what is the most manipulative social media that Cambodian teenagers are addicted to right now? Main.
I think Instagram.
Are you sure that Instagram is making us all addicted to it? No, manipulating or manipulative, it has bad impacts on us.
Yes.
So Instagram makes people do bad things?
Facebook?
Kind of. Facebook
Facebook?
and YouTube.
YouTube. Have you seen someone like done something very bad because of YouTube yet?
Troll.
Okay. One more thing I believe will be the newest application.
Or TikTok.
Exactly, TikTok. It's very, very addicting. Many people want to be a TikTok star, for example. One more thing, that thing happened like a few years ago. Bigo Live, right? That's when many
Yes.
start
Bigo.
going on live, showing parts of their bodies, for example. So unlike the passage, our box right now these days are our smartphones, our phone in our phone, our games in our phone, and the social media in our phone. So the biggest box is the smartphone, the real culprit. Okay, culprit. What do we mean by culprit?
The one.
Intruder.
Intruder is someone who comes into your house without invitation on. Intruder.
It's like a murderer.
Murderer, someone who kills you. Culprit is someone who does bad stuff. That's called culprit. It does not have to be a big thing. It's anything. Like you did not, you did not do your homework, but you blame on the weather, for example, on this, on that, but the real culprit is you yourself. For example, I did not eat breakfast this morning, and I blame on my project mate who set schedule of the meeting very early in the morning, but it's just my fault. I'm the real culprit because I refuse to wake up early. So we're going to watch a quick video. I have also uploaded this to our class as well about how some people have decided to log out of social media. And they also give their reason why they are quitting social media by BBC Ideas.
The people on the tube.
Okay, let's fix the volume. Make sure we all can hear it loud and clear. Okay, let's go. Let's listen to why some people in Britain or Great Britain, the UK, I'm sorry, are choosing to quit social media. And shall we do the same thing?
Be happy, but I look at other people more. I like to observe, have a look at what someone's wearing, you know, imagine what sort of person they'd be, just try and live in the moment a bit more.
That's right, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram, no WhatsApp.
what triggered it was a breakup. I think when something like that happens, you need to just let someone die a social media death and just remove them from your life. And then I realized that actually they weren't that useful to me anyway, so I just went the whole hog and didn't bother using them ever again.
The point about social media is the addictiveness. Nobody really wants to spend hours and hours every day updating their status and seeing what other people think about them. Nobody consciously wants to do that. But those behaviors are themselves addictive behaviors. Once you're trapped in that loop, it's very hard to break out. It's not that we want to go back to some idyllic past, an Eden before the machines existed. It's that we need to take control of these machines and use them for their proper ends.
The bad thing is that you think people's lives is much more fun than your own life.
When I'm on the bus, I just see people like zombies, and I'm like, right, it's a sunny day. There's something to see. That's only your phone, you know?
I like to be present when I share something about myself with someone so I can get their feedback and either stop right there or tell them the story behind it or give context. Sometimes I might withhold a certain opinion rather than being kind of rapid fire because maybe it requires a bit of nuance, and maybe the best thing is not for me to just shoot my mouth off online because some headline made me angry. The thing is, the world is real whether we want to believe it or not, and it's really important for us to have a sense of where we are in that world.
I don't like to use the term social media at the end of the day because it implies that it's designed to promote social behaviors when usually it's designed to promote the amount of attention that we're giving it. In order to grab our attention, because there's so much competition, design has to appeal to the lower parts of us, to the kind of non-rational, automatic, impulsive parts of us. And so this is why we get things like clickbait, like sensationalism, things that appeal to our outrage. And there's a whole industry of consultants, of psychologists who are helping designers really punch the right buttons in our brains so that we do keep coming back for more and we do stay hooked on the products. You know, at the end of the day, their advertising system is not really social platforms.
Some of them take social media breaks quite a lot anyway, so it's not like I'm doing something that's particularly divergent, but they think it's a good thing. I think we all realize that we look at memes too much, we use Instagram too much. It's just whether we realize that and do something about it. There are things that give us, you know, instant pleasure, and they're like the more gluttonous things like food and sex and stuff like that, and they give us a really high spike of pleasure, but the things that are the most worthwhile are the things that you spend a lot of time on. So playing the piano is not pleasant to begin with, but you get like a much more steady wave of satisfaction. So it does matter, because the pleasures that are sometimes the most time consuming or the ones that take the most work can be the ones that are the most fulfilling. Those are the pleasures that are self-actualizing, that help you realize a part of yourself that you didn't have.
So what do you think?
I agree.
Are you active on social media, Yanne?
Not really active.
Hmm.
I only active because like I have to watch a video like of my online
Class?
yes, my online class.
What main are you active on social media on?
No, me too. Just like
Okay.
Yana.
So it seems you two are living outside the box already, except me. I'm still on social media, watching memes, like she said. All right, let's go to our book on page 65. So let's look at her box, the writer's box, and this is our box, social media. What about her box? Marianne starts first on.
Oh wait, 62.
65. Mm-hmm.
65. Is that I once unplugged the TV for a month. It was summer, the season of long walks, barbecues, and reruns. But if I really wanted to prove I could avoid evening television, I'd have to survive a new England, England, winter without it. In the darkest, coldest months, I would no longer be able to escape. This winter, I had my taste.
Thank you. So she began by telling her story that she, at the first time, what did she do on in summer?
Summer, she unplugged the TV.
She unplugged her TV for months, and that was in summer. Okay, so in this paragraph, she basically just started narrating her story, how it all happened in her experience. Okay, number 2, May.
A year ago, I moved into my own place. It was just a few minutes away from my former roommate and her television. Friends offered me a spare TV, but I said no. Living alone was an opportunity to choose how I wanted to live, and I thought that being TV free would help me do all those things I wanted to do, but didn't have time for.
Okay, what do you think this paragraph explains?
She moved to her own place. She break her old lifestyle.
Okay, thank you. Number 3, back to Yana.
I wondered if I would feel lonely, but decided it would be better not to try to spend time with my friends on TV. In the first month or so, I got away from my favorite shows by visiting real friends. Eventually, I didn't know what TV shows were on when. I could no longer join in conversations at my office about popular shows.
So how did she spend time that she used to spend before on TV now?
No, she spent
So before she used to spend time on watching TV, but what is she spending that time on now?
by visiting real friends.
Very good. May, continue please.
I keep telling people it was an experiment. We'll see how it goes this winter. I'd say. I considered buying a small TV to keep in a closet and bring out on special occasions. But for all I was missing, I could feel positive changes. I found myself reading lots of books. I had thought that I was too tired to read after a long day at work, but not too tired to watch TV. Now I had more time to read and sleep. I also started doing volunteer work almost every week instead of every few months. I called my friends. I called friends who usually heard from me only at the holidays. Sometimes I even enjoy that rare things called quiet.
Okay, May, what do you think she gained from this one?
Uh, I think she gained her positivity.
And she, what changes has she experienced?
She read a lot of books
She became
and
a reader.
doing. She had more time to sleep
What
and
else?
start doing the social stuff.
Very good. So without TV, she became a reader and became a very good person for society. Thank you. Yana, 5 on.
The goal wasn't to give up all entertainment. I can play DVDs on my laptop, so when a blizzard was on its way, I lined up in a video store with everybody else. Instead of suffering and what
Channel,
channel
suffer,
in suffering instead of channel
surfing.
surfing and watching something I would later regret. I caught up on some great DVDs. I found myself resensitized. I was no longer watching images without noticing their speed.
So what do you think this one, what kind of message she tried to deliver through this paragraph? What did she explain in this one?
She explained that she's feeling like sensitive, like in moody when she caught herself like watching the TV.
So compared to when she watched TV, right now when she's watching great DVD, she became more emotional and sensitive to feelings.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So do you think she regretted from this paragraph?
Yes, she said she would later regret.
The question is, let's guess the ending first. Do you think she regrets her decision of quitting TV?
No.
No. Okay, May. What do you think? Oh, we read 5 paragraphs already. Do you think she regrets quitting the TV?
No.
Okay, let's see. Number 6, May.
Okay. Sometimes during the winter, the season I thought would be the most difficult, I discovered I had crossed the line from experiment to lifestyle. Finally, I put up a photo on the only living room wall that could have a TV. A friend came over for the first time, took the tour, and then sat down on the couch with a slightly puzzled look. Looking around the room, she asked, so don't you have a TV?
Okay. So in this one, she starts to find herself changing how it is from experiment into her like lifestyle. What's lifestyle, everyone?
Lifestyle. It's the way that we live.
The way you live or the habit. Jenna, continue, please.
Whenever I explain my TV-free home, I tell people I'm not judging anyone else's TV viewing choices. After all, I'm glad my friends don't mind me sitting in front of their screens every once in a while. The response is often a confession. For example, one co-worker said she can't help turning her TV on for background noise when her husband is out of town. Others express camaraderie, saying they hardly ever turn theirs on.
Thank you. Last one, May.
I don't know how long my new lifestyle will last. I might suddenly want to reconnect with contemporary culture and documentaries. And if I have children, I think I would want them to learn, and I did from my parents, how to view with the moderation and a critical eye. But if I do make space for TV someday, I'm more confident now that I'll still find time and space for me.
Thank you. So for now, she is happy with her lifestyle, but is she sure that she will keep it in the future?
No.
No, very good, Let's go to page number 68. You will have to complete this note yourself. Like I asked you earlier, so main idea of each paragraph, since we were going through it together as well. It might vary according to your own word choice. So do this on your own, but we'll look at questions on page 69 instead. So again, activity A is how you will search for the main idea of the paragraph, and that is very useful for your summary project. Okay. Section F is about true-false statement. If it is false, make changes to them. And last one is to combine sentences using before and after. We talked about before and after briefly last time in the first unit extra conjunction. So how do we use before and how do we use after? Let's see if you guys still remember a little bit of that. So we have 3 activities, E, F, and G. I will give you, since it requires some writing, 8 minutes. Let's start 8 minutes. Remember, pick the right main idea since it will be the one that you need to look at for your project. Four more minutes. Okay, since you both finished before the time is up, let's check the answer together. So section A is crucial since you will need this one to be included in your project writing. So which one is the answer? Remember, always main idea, not too broad, not too narrow. So A, when the author became TV free, her friends offered her a television for her new home, but she decided not to accept. Is this the main idea?
No.
Why, May?
It's too narrow.
Very good. No, it's too narrow. Letter B, the author enjoyed reading books, sleeping longer, seeing her friends, and having quiet time. Is this the main idea?
No,
Why, Yana?
because it is just a supporting idea.
Very good. So it's just a supporting idea of the whole topic. C, the author decided to escape from TV as an experiment and eventually came to prefer her new lifestyle. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, May, yes or no?
Yes.
Very good. That's the main idea because it covers what?
Or the whole paragraph.
It covers from the start until the end of the passage. Let's go to section F real quick. Number 1 has been done already. It was false because it was in summer, not in winter. Number 2, let's hear from Yana first. True or false?
True.
Very good. 3, May.
True.
4, Yana.
True.
5, May.
True.
True. Where can you find the answer on?
That if I have children, I think I want them to learn, as I did from my parents, how to view with moderation.
How to what with moderation? View with moderation. So she used how to view, right? But in the sentence said not to watch. Do you think it's true or false?
So it means that to watch considerably, like
Yes. Moderation with like some changes considerably. So true or false for number 5?
false.
False. Where do you change? Which one, which word do you want to change on?
Number 6, right?
Number 5. She will teach her children not to watch TV.
She won't.
She won't teach her children not to watch TV. In the sentence you mentioned earlier, you said she will teach. Hang on, she will let them view with moderation. Oh wow, I just had deja vu right now.
Oh.
Just deja vu, we learned this already. Moderation. She said view with moderation. So do you think she will let her kids watch TV or not? She did mention the word view, right? But she just add moderation. So is it true or false? If you said she will not teach her children not to watch, then it becomes something else.
False, right?
Yes, it's false, but where is the mistake?
I just said it.
You said will not, but that's not the answer on.
Oh, okay.
One more answer. She will teach them, but what is it? The next one. The next one in the question they said will teach her children not to watch TV, but what is the exact answer in our text?
Teach the children to watch TV moderately.
Moderation.
Moderation.
So you can just simply change one word. You can just take the word not out and put how instead. So she will teach her children how to watch TV. That's also possible. If you want to do your way, also good. You can just take not out. So she will teach her children to watch TV with moderation or moderately as well. So your choice is also good. Very good. Yana, last one.
False.
What is wrong with the sentence?
She said that like she don't know, like she might suddenly want to reconnect.
Okay,
but
so
it's not 100% sure. She
okay.
use might.
So number 6 is wrong. So what do we change or what do we add? What do we take out?
I think we need to add not.
Very good. She is not sure that she will buy a television in the future. Very good. Last section of the exercise of this passage. First thing first, you have to put two events in the correct order and then combine them with before or after. We'll do both, even though they will give you the options to use if it is after or before, but we'll do both. So number one, number two, let's see from Yana, after on, which one comes first?
After A came first.
Just with the answer, after what?
After she got home from work, she had enough energy to read books.
Okay, so after she got home from work, she had enough energy to read books. May, do you agree?
Yes.
Very good. But number three, May.
Before she got rid of her TV, she used to talk with her coworkers about popular TV shows.
Before she got rid of her TV, she used to talk to her co-workers about popular TV shows. Jana, did you get the same answers?
Yes.
Very good. So when do we use after on? Jana, you got that answer after. So when do we use after? And May, you get ready for before on. So earlier you said number one comes first is the first action, and then number two is the enough energy to read books, and you said after she got home from work.
It's like the cause, right?
It's a sequence of event after and before.
Sequence. It's like, it just makes sense to me, so I just put it like that.
No worry. May, when do we use before on? With what action?
I think to trace back the event.
Very good. Jana, if we look at the sequence of event, you will know when to use after, right? So you said letter A is the first action that happened first, and letter B came after. So when you combine them in the sentence, you put after in front of A, right? So again, from the exercise, we get that after is used with the, hang on, okay.
I got it.
Okay, you got it. What is it then?
It's like she got home from work, so it's the second, the first action, and then when she got home and then she feel like she had enough energy, so it's the second.
Very good. Nice. And then make same thing, a trace back. So you use before to plus the second event. That's how you can remember it. Take notes. Did you guys watch our skill videos in detail? The reading skills, like note taking.
Yes.
Is it listen to?
Watch on my class. But we'll talk about your another project. Even though you have not submitted the original one, Yana has not, May has already. So for this one, since we looked at summary and personal response paragraph, we will be doing that as your project, and we will use our reading number 2 as the topic. So reading 2 will be what you will need to use to summarize and to give your personal response on, all right?
Yes.
So use the reading we just finished doing earlier. So please go to page number 73. 73 and 74, you will see a set of questions, and they will act as the guide that can help you produce your summary and your personal response, okay? Look at that, complete that, we'll do it together, since if I let you do it home, you might forget again. And on page number 77, let's go there together and see. So for this one, you will see in plan A, brainstorming, you will see 2 sets of questions. Number 1 is the main idea. So we know the main idea earlier already. But this time, we will not follow Yana style. We will follow main style. You have to write the main idea in your own words. Use synonyms and paraphrasing. But make sure it should have the same concept of the original main idea, right? And point number 2 is also a guide for you to produce your response paragraph. Like the decisions she made, you agree, see again, agree or disagree. Do you think her experience positive or negative? You can choose one, and anything in the reading surprise you, so you can put them in order. So for these 3 questions, personally, if I were you, I would choose to do number 3 first. You can start expressing your surprise first if you are shocked by any of the choice, and then start number 1. Agree or disagree and state your reasons. Okay. You can look at our IQ online for the sample of the reading as the writing as well, or look at page number 72. That's another sample of our first reading. The same thing. All right. So right now, your task for your project, you have the whole week next week since we don't have class. But we might have a surprise class for our extra courses. Complete questions on page 74, 3, and 74. So these questions will be your guidance to your writing, since you will have ideas on how to do it. And the details can be found on page number 77. That's your extra guide to see if you have extra question. So you have the whole week, and we did some correction in class already earlier. So I hope you can use the ideas of our class to apply. Remember, we always have our checklist, right? At the back. 78 will be your checklist, self-assessment before submitting to me. That's why I asked you to practice parallel structures in the first writing practice earlier, since you have to use that in writing. And again, remember, you need to use your words from what we've learned in this unit, and use parallelism and synonyms we know already, since it is a summary. And punctuation. Semicolon is semicolon, comma is comma. So it's so, okay. Spelling and
It's because
grammar.
I didn't do the double check.
And grammar, that's for main on verb agreement, subject verb agreement, as is as, plural is plural, main. Yes. And one more reminder, summary should not be very long. Summary should not be almost of the same length as the original paragraph. And main, remember to put them in 2 different paragraphs, okay? So I know. Okay.
That's because you said that you have to limit, you have a limit word. You mean that 300 minimum, right?
How many words you write earlier? Let me check.
400.
400. Wow. I see.
You said
All right,
300 minimum.
All right.
The minimum is 600.
I'll take out the limit for this one, since it's summary. Write in a length that you think looks good for a summary article. All right. Whatever you think is good, not too short, not too long.
So about the practice,
yes,
like
about the sample, it should be okay already. Oh, that's right. Main produced 414 words. That's my fault then. Alright, so for this time, do not produce too long. Just write the length that you believe is enough for the summary and your personal response. And remember to put them in different paragraphs, not to continue from one another. And remember the two of them are written in different structures. Since, sorry, in personal response, you will use I as a subject, but in the summary, do not use I. It is not your personal ideas. You are just, you are just using your notes that you have taken from your article and combine them together. So it's still the author's ideas, not your opinion. Don't use I in the first one. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
So in the summary, so can we add like other ideas? No.
No, it has to be from the text. It's a summary, remember? Your ideas stay in your personal response. Okay, it's like when you write a research review, right? When you look at someone's previous research studies and you pointed out some point that you have gotten from the writing. You don't add your idea in that point. You add your idea when you express what you think about that. It's just like speaking. Like when you go on Google and you search the information on, like, let's say healthy food, and you got many lists. So that's when you list out what you have read, and you express your idea after. It's the same structure. So don't add your personal idea in the summary. But you can combine them and you can like rearrange them. Like let's say like what we did earlier, combine the similar info next to one another. So it looks good.
So can I go early?
No.
Almost right.
Hang on. Any extra questions? If not, get ready for tomorrow. Okay, Meg and Yane.
Yes. What time to the same time?
Same, yes, 7. Because I have class from 5 to 6:30.
All right.
Okay. If no more questions, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Okay. Yes. Bye bye, teacher.
Bye bye.